Hi everyone, today I want to share with you what I've bought for the new baby and also let you know that I'll be taking a break from the YouTube very soon. So my two kids will be almost 6 years apart, unlike many parents who prefer having kids close for convenience. I waited until I felt ready to take a break from my career. I've always wanted two kids after adolescence, but after my first maternity leave, life got so busy that I didn't even have the time to think about a second baby until now. Luckily, I kept quite a few things from my first one, Eddie. I still have both of his buggies, one heavier one and one more portable stroller, which can last until around age 4. I also kept two playmats, one for when the baby can't sit up yet, and another one for when he's more mobile. We still have the 4-in-1 activity center and a push walker that I plan to reuse. I'll be using Eddie's toddler bed, which we bought when we moved back to Shanghai. He was almost 2 at the time, and he's now moving to a bigger bed, which should last him until his adulthood. And a funny thing, my dad actually kept Eddie's bathtub for all the years, so that's another thing that we don't have to buy. We did bring back a sturdy baby dining chair, but I was sad to find that the four legs of the dining chair was missing. Anyways, it was such a great chair. Speaking of the UK, I had my first child there and I knew the baby's gender during pregnancy, but in China, hospitals are not allowed to reveal the gender. So this time it will be a surprise. In China, there's a traditional practice called 坐月子, the postpartum recovery month. In ancient times, this involves not washing your hair, staying indoors, and avoid high fat, high protein foods. I never strictly followed these, and with Eddie, I did stay home a lot, but by day 25, I was already struggling mentally, even though I had been out for my own checkups and Eddie's vaccination. Well, the tradition may be important to some women, but I don't personally take it very well. This time, my family strongly encouraged me to go to a postpartum care center, something that's become popular in China over the past decade as the middle class becomes larger. It's marketed as a solution for families who can't provide full-time support for the new mom. At first, I was quite dismissive of the idea, thinking that it was just a real estate business. So I didn't want to spend that money. But then I realized that because it's a new build that we have just moved in, so a lot of my neighbors are still doing renovation in the building. So it can be noisy when I desperately need some sleep. So I ended up booking a postpartum center near home so my family can easily visit. The care center will provide some essentials like two bodysuits, two baby blankets, and two breastfeeding pajamas. They will also have infant bottles and feeding supplies available, plus unlimited supply of consumables like nappies and white wipes. So I have a very light luggage after I'm allowed to leave the hospital. Since I'll be delivering at a major public hospital nearby, I only packed one jumpsuit and a blanket for when we go to the postpartum center. The hospital will provide everything else for both me and the baby. Though I don't have to bring my own pads, wipes, tissues as required. I also packed up some newborn size nappies to last about 4 to 5 days and vitamin D drops, a great habit I picked up from the NHS in the UK. One lesson I learned last time was that solid food was hard to digest during the labor. So in my hospital bag, I've packed sports drink for energy. I'm incredibly thankful to the NHS for helping us through the initial difficulties of breastfeeding of my first child, even when I had mastitis and a high fever. In China, if the mothers had to spend more nights at hospital, the child is not allowed to stay with the mom because of limited resources available in the system. Because of this, I had to prepare a small tin of goat milk formula just in case the emergency separates us apart. for a few days. I dealt with 100% breastfeeding okay with baby Eddie. In fact, when he was 6 months old, there was one occasion that he threw up milk before bed at night. So I had to give him some formula. And that's when I discovered that he's allergic to cow's protein. Hopefully, this time breastfeeding will be smoother. I only got a small sample of lanolin since I didn't use much last time. Since my due date is close to China's mid-year shopping season, I bought a new car seat for the baby, one that can be used from newborn to age 12. Eddie has one for himself. That will be perfect for us. I also stock up on consumables, primarily white wipes and tissues. So my second one, he or she, I'm not sure. The baby has been in bridge position since week 28. For those who don't know what bridge position is, the baby's head should be at the bottom for a normal labor position. Bridge position means that the head is actually on the top, whereas the foot are at the bottom. So I may end up having a C-section, which is a new thing to me. Yeah, so that means kind of longer time spent at hospital and more uncertainties, but it's okay. Yeah, thanks to modern science. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, last time I also had some kind of troubles during labor. In China, we often joke that people raise their first child according to book and their second one like a pig, meaning that they often go too far both ways. I do feel much more relaxed this time, and Eddie was a high need baby. He wouldn't fall asleep easily and could cry out loudly for 30 minutes straight when overtired. I'm hoping that this one will be a little easier. Fingers crossed. When you see the video, I will be 37 weeks pregnant, which means that labor could start anytime soon. The bridge position can be quite dangerous if the water breaks. I was told that I have to lie down somewhere and call the ambulance. So I'll be taking a break from my work on YouTube, and hopefully I'll be back with new content in about 6 months' time. And thank you so much for being here with me during this pregnancy journey. I'm wishing you a happy and peaceful summer. I'll see you again soon, and bye for now.